Hey fish friends, Zenzo with Tazawa Tanks, back with another video. So before I jump into the topic of today's video, I wanted to just take a moment to thank everybody for all of the likes and all of the views that I received recently on one of the videos that I uploaded. Just a couple of videos ago, I uploaded a video that was talking about African cichlids and keeping African cichlids in a smaller to medium-sized tank. There's a lot of great videos out there, as I shared on the other video, talking about larger African cichlid tanks. And what I noticed is that there wasn't a lot of discussion or videos available for people that have kind of medium-sized tanks. You know, your 55s, 60s, 75s, even up to 90s, that kind of thing, and maybe down to 40 breeders. Anyway, it was my fastest growing video to date. So typically, and some of my videos have had a lot of viewership. I get over 3,000 views on some of my videos, which doesn't seem like a lot for some YouTubers, but for me it's a lot. And I have a few that have gotten over 3,000 views. Some of them take a couple of months. It takes sometimes it usually takes 2 or 3 months for a video to get over 1,000 views. One of my videos that I posted maybe about 2.5 months or so ago is over 3,000 now, but it took a solid probably a month and a half or so before it got over 1,000, and then it kind of caught some traction and got some more viewership. So but the video I posted recently, it hit 500 within like the first less than 24 hours, which for me was pretty surprising because they don't get viewed as quickly as that did, and then it's over 1,000 within like 3 days. So I was really excited, and I got a bunch of new subscribers. So if you're one of those subscribers, or if you're one of those people that viewed that video, or if you commented on it or gave it a thumbs up, I really do want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. You did really make my week. My wife was teasing me about how excited I was about something so silly in her view. So anyway, enough about that. On to the content of this video. And basically, I'm just taking you through some of my tanks, or all of my tanks. I've been kind of slowly building my collection of tanks over the years. A little bit more most recently. I just picked up a few more within the last couple of weeks. So I'm up to 18 different tanks, or 17 tanks in a little pond that you'll see. So I thought I'd just kind of show you what I'm doing in some of the tanks, some of my ideas for some of the tanks, and of course I'd like to get some feedback on what I should do with some of them as well. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. This is my small Tanganyikan tank. This is a 60-gallon tank. It's been highlighted in other videos before as well. This is my Neolamprologus multifasciatus tank, and I also have Cyprichromis leptosoma in here. I've got 8 of them in here, but because of this guy, this male, is not really color popping right now, he chases all the other fish, all of the other Cyprichromis. So they're hiding in various spots in the tank and behind this background, actually. So this background is a background I made, and there is the ability to swim through the background into the back part of the tank. And once in a while, I'll peek my head back there and I can see Shelly's back there and Cyprichromis back there. So they just found another part of the tank where they can that they can inhabit and be left alone. So, and all the filtration and the heater element and water movement, there's stuff back there as well. So one of the reasons why I love sitting here is I can stare at Lake Tanganyika and look at my beautiful Shellies and look at the colors on the Cyprichromis and all the activity. And then I can just turn, and then I'm at Lake Malawi. So here's my Lake Malawi tank. This is my peacock and hap tank. This has also been highlighted in many videos before. I don't have both lights on. I just have one set of lights on right now. There's my big OB hap. There's my big, beautiful OB peacock. I've got Sunshine, Rubescence, Lithobates, Dragon Blood, Friar Eye, all kinds of stuff in here. And just a really enjoyable tank. I love it. It's been highlighted before as well, so you've heard about the filtration and the stocking and everything. But anyway, I thought I would kind of kick it off with this, as it's my favorite place in the house. This is my 120-gallon goldfish pond that I have on my deck. It's an aquaponic system, so basically the water is filtered through the plant bed, and any nitrates from the fish waste are absorbed by the plants, so the plants grow well, and I am able to reap the benefits of having some fresh produce grown right on my deck from my fish. This is my daughter's tank. A couple of years ago for her birthday, I asked her what she wanted, and she said she wanted a fish tank in her room. She wanted it to be cave themed, and so she wanted it to have like a 3D rock background and amethyst in the tank. So I did, I got a couple of geodes. Those are real amethyst geodes. They're kind of covered in algae right now. And I made this 3D background as I'd made some of my other backgrounds. This is styrofoam, a mixture of styrofoam and concrete and sand, etc. So anyway, and I also made these some kind of stalagmite and stalactite formations in there. Sorry about the glare. So you can see those are actually siliconed to the floor of the tank. So they're just kind of freestanding, then they come up, and then the ones that come down are attached to the background. I don't know if you can see there. But I've got a ton of algae in this tank. The tank's very healthy. I haven't done a whole lot to combat the algae. I had some neorite snails in here for a little while, and I took them out and put them in other tanks. I do have a small albino bristlenose pleco in here. And let's see if I can get a shot of her. There she is. I label her as the laziest pleco in the world. So instead of doing her job of, eating the algae off the glass and everything, every time I come to the tank, she scurries out from wherever she's hiding, sometimes behind the background, and comes right over here because she knows I'm going to drop an algae wafer. So I don't feed her every day, but when I do drop algae wafers in there, she scurries right there, and so that's kind of her. That's her thing. Anyway, in here I've got some Marimo balls, Java fern, Anubias, and a bunch of live bears. That originally was going to be a guppy tank, and through the breeding, they ended up being endlers. So it's kind of a combination of guppies and endlers. You can see a male there scurrying around. So anyway, that's this tank. It's a 10-gallon. She loves it still, so I think I'm going to put shrimp in here. I think this is a prime tank, a prime candidate for shrimp, just because of it's been established for so long and has a ton of algae and hiding places and things like that. So I think I'm going to throw some in here and see how they do. This is what I like to call the Zen tank, and it's pretty obvious as to why. You can see by the scaping there, kind of the theme. In here I've got an old guy, an old betta. He's still swimming around and is super active, but he's getting old. I think I've had him for more than 3 years, so I've seen him kind of getting smaller, and he's not as beautiful and brilliant as he used to be, but still a very enjoyable tank. Got a neorite snail in here, which is his sole companion. And that snail does a really good job of keeping algae off of the surfaces. In fact, I have this lit for a longer period of time. It's on a timer, just so that I can grow additional algae so that the neorite snail has something to eat. One thing about this tank that's kind of fun is I have this big Dracaena plant in here. Let me turn the light on real quick. So, these people call these bamboo. They're not bamboo. It's actually Dracaena, but they call it bamboo because the stalks of the plant resemble bamboo. And this has a huge root structure. In fact, the roots cover the entire bottom of the tank. And And I know that because I transplanted this from one tank to another at one time. And this is probably the best filter in the world. It sucks up, you know, all of the contaminants and dissolved solids and, you know, nitrates out of the water. This water tests really well all the time. In fact, I rarely do water changes. I mean, I probably do, you know, well, I top off weekly just because of evaporation. So, but besides that, you know, I don't really do water changes very often at all. I mean, I can go 2 or 3 months without a water change, and it's not cruel because the plant is doing all the work. You know, I test the water. You know, when I see 5 or 10 parts per million after it's been, you know, 6 weeks of no water change, then I know it's doing a good job. There is filtration in here as well, obviously in the back kind of weir system there. Oh, not a lot of explanation needed on this tank. This is a tank that I've highlighted many times before in other videos. The fish are being a little bit shy right now, so kind of hard to see. But this is my Buna tank. If you've seen other videos, you've heard about the filtration, you've heard about the stocking, you've heard about the hiding spots, etc. So lots of filtration, lots of hiding spots, a little bit on the overstock side. But I really enjoy this tank. All right, so down here in the basement fish room, and just expanding in my number of tanks. This is a pretty simple racking system or shelving system. It's just the concrete blocks on top of 2x4s or 2x6s. I've got both. And yeah, so let me just show you what I've got going on here. This is a 40 breeder, currently a grow out tank for some of my African cichlids. I've got some peacocks in here. I've got a hap. You can see the lithobates there, the Z-rock. There is a beautiful male in here. There he is. That's a beautiful guy there. I'm really excited to see him grow out. I may end up keeping him down here with some of the females. There's 3 females. I might keep him down here and see about breeding him, or breeding them. Originally I was going to do bristlenose plecos and shrimp and guppies, things like that, but I think I've changed my mind. You know, I'm a cichlid guy at heart, so I think I'm going to use this 40 for that for now, and we'll see. You know, I'm sure I'll change my mind in a couple months, as I often do. Down here is my, let me get this breeder net out of the way. So this is my tank boss, or was the tank boss. He was a tank boss in the tank upstairs, and I put him down here to give the tank a break from him to see how they would do, and let the tank kind of settle a little bit. So we'll see. I probably will be introducing him in a few more weeks. I'm going to let some of those fish grow out a little bit larger in that tank before I put him back in, just because he's considerably larger than the other fish. Another cichlid tank. So this is an Buna grow out tank or fry tank. So I've got 5 Buna in here. These 5 are from the original 12 that I pulled out of the Buna display tank upstairs when they were super, super tiny. And they've grown up quite well so far. This is a 20-gallon tank. I've got some duckweed in there, which, you know, helps with sucking up nitrates, and they can always nibble on it as they get bigger as well. Originally I had 12. Now I'm down to 11, so I have 5 in this tank. And I have 6 in this tank, so similar situation here. You know, 6 of the original 12, now down to 11 of the Buna fry. I believe these are going to be some type of zebra, blue zebra or something. I don't know who the male was. I only know that the female was a blue zebra. So we'll see what these turn out to look like. I'm excited to see what they look like as they grow. You'll notice with a lot of the tanks that they're insulated. In fact, almost all of them are insulated except for a couple. And that's just, it really helps with the temperature down here in not having the heaters kick on as often. This is an Buna that I'm growing out. I'm really excited to see him grow. He's a little shy right now. He is a red top zebra. Not super big, he's 2.5 inches or so maybe. And so I'm gonna let him grow out, and hopefully he'll do well when I move him upstairs. Here we go. This is my Neolamprologus multifasciatus grow out fry tank. They're kind of hard to see. You can see them kind of swimming around. They're small. I've got several in here. I'm going to try to catch some more upstairs and put some more down here. So I'm going to start a second colony and just use these PVC elbows, and then I will be able to easily catch them and move them in other tanks. This is a little tank I have. It's a 5-gallon. You can see the beautiful male betta there. I've got a couple of filters in here. The reason why is if I need to use this tank as you know, kind of an emergency tank for, you know, putting fry in or something like that, I can take the betta out and put the betta in. Like, I've got a temporary 1-gallon that I can hold him in temporarily, and I've also got another 2-gallon upstairs too, but I can temporarily put him in another, you know, small tank and pop one of these filters in it, and he'll be just fine. I've got a small heater for that other tank as well. So, you know, I could even throw some PVC pieces in here and make that a shell dweller fry tank for a short period of time. Let's see, over here, 16-gallon bow front. That was originally a display tank a long time ago. This was a planted tank. I had kind of a South American thing going on with German blue rams. What else did I put in this tank? I had some dwarf cories. I had cardinal tetras. No, neon tetras in this tank. Anyway, you know, it was just a planted tank. Then I changed my mind, tore that down. Then I had a bunch of Danios in there at one time. Then I took that apart and turned it into a shell dweller tank with a rock escape. Then I moved them, and then eventually ended up down here with just some leftover plants, a couple swords, some Marmo balls, one lone betta, a couple snails, and a bristlenose pleco that's in here somewhere, probably hiding underneath a sponge filter or something. This is another 20-gallon tank that currently has nothing in it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. This might end up being like a tank for fry down the road, or a grow out tank. But I think I might try to go back on my idea about doing a little bit of breeding of some other kind of fish. So maybe give me some ideas on what I can do here. I was thinking of maybe... I'm not sure. You know, I could fill it with guppy grass and do a bunch of guppies. Those are always easy to move. If the tank is seasoned and I can get a bunch of algae growing and it's, you know, been sitting for a while, I could maybe do shrimp. I could maybe do bristlenose plecos, although it's only a 20, so can't do a whole lot in there. Down here I've got 3 more 10s. Same thing, wrapped in insulation. Everything's on sponge filters, and not 100% sure what I'm doing with these tanks. So again, if you've got an idea, let me know. Put it in the comments below. That was a little glimpse into the tanks that I keep and what I'm doing with my fish. I hope that you enjoyed what I'm keeping, and I'm sure you know, there's a lot of opportunity for me to keep some different fish. And even since I made this video, I've actually kind of changed my mind already with some other fish I want to do, and probably get some more tanks. But anyway, as always, I really appreciate you. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Please comment. I love to read the comments. I pretty much reply to every comment that's on there, so please feel free to comment on there. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. What I have noticed is still there's about 80+% of you that are watching these videos that aren't subscribed. So go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Click the little notification bell so that you know when I've uploaded a new video. And I do upload videos a couple of times per week on minimum, and I think this week I'm doing 3. I'm going to get into scheduled days of releasing videos. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm just trying to build some more content and load some more videos and get those edited, and then I'm going to start releasing them on kind of consistent dates, so it's easier for all of you to know when the videos are coming out. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.